Welcome back, everybody. Driver53 here with another short video on precision farming in Farming Simulator 19. And y'all, today we are taking a look at nitrogen and how the different levels of nitrogen affect your yield. So what I've got is all the different strips. Now, I'm on console, so it's not going to show all the way out, but I do have every strip planted. Let me take you to the map here and I'll show you. Here you can see all the different rows that I have planted. And let me take you over to the precision farming map and you'll be able to see that they are all in line with the different soil types that we have. This is also our pH levels here. Everything is as it should be. We've tried to go around and make it as best we can down there at the lake, and I think we've done a good job. We proved that in the potato one. And also, if you guys haven't checked out that potato one, go ahead and check it out. This test is going to be done exactly like that one. So here's nitrogen, and you can see that we start with 0 all the way down here and make our way all the way up to 200 here. We also have a strip of 0 out here on the outside. So now that we've covered that, it's time to harvest, and I'm going to be doing one strip out of each one of these. So the display is going to be a little bit more narrow. It's only like 2 meters wide, 1.8 or 2 meters wide on this. So it's going to be really, really narrow, but in the testing that I did just a few minutes ago, it proved to be okay. So let's hope we get some good results. Well, everybody, we got it done. Took a little bit. Had to dump a little bit out on the ground too, but we got all the strips done. As you can see, we went down the middle of each one, so we were getting really good results all the way through. And let me go ahead and show you the map here. Once again, these are the soil types. This is pH. You can see all the little sections all the way through it. Those are all the different harvesting strips that I did. So next is going to be nitrogen. As you can see, it was being taken out all the way through, all the little different ones that line up accordingly. And you're going to see like one up here also, but that's just a discoloration from another harvest. There was actually no more taken out here. If I go to 0, you can see that whole area disappears. It's the darker is actually, it's fading away to the outdated data. So next, let's go ahead and take a look at yields. So these are the yields, and it's not too bad to be able to analyze this and figure it out. So let's go ahead and start at 125. At 125, we're going to be looking at the loam right in here between the 8 and the 9. So at 125, we are going to have the 200 and the 180. And the target for loam is 200 on this, so that makes perfect sense of why it only dropped down one other level to 180. Next is going to be 125 or 115%, and that's going to be 2 more slots. That's going to be 160 and 140. At 110%, we only have one spot at 120 kilograms per hectare. At 105%, you've got 2 coming in at 180 kilograms per hectare. At 100%, you now have 60 kilograms per hectare. At 95%, you have everything else. So 40, 20, and 0 are all 95%. So that's pretty cool. The lowest you're going to get is 95% on loam. Now I'm going to go and leave these on because I need them for some other lines just to be able to show you what's going on. But let's go back to 100 here really quickly. And we're going to take a look at sandy loam now. This section right in here. So at 100%, this is the maximum yield that you're going to get on sandy loam for sugarcane. And the target nitrogen is 160 points. So if we turn off the 100, you can see that our 200, our 180, and our 160, we didn't get the 140 this time. So that's really interesting. So 200, 180, and 160. Next, let's go to 95%. That's going to be your next 2 spots down, and that's going to be at 140 and 120. At 90%, you're going to get 2 more, and that's going to be your 100 and the 80. At 85%, you're going to get 2 more again for 60 and 40. And at 80%, you're going to get everything else. So that's going to be your 20 and your 0. Now let's turn everything back on to 90. So now let's go up here to this strip. This is silty clay. So at 90%, we are going to have the first two, and that's going to be your 200 and the 180. Now target nitrogen on this is actually 180 points. So it's interesting that you're not getting the 160 to accompany, at 90%. So on this one, it seems like you're right at the nitrogen level is the cutoff for the yield on the low side. So at 85%, we are going to get two more swaths, and that's going to be at 160 and 140. At 80%, you're going to have 120 and 100. At 75%, you get two more, and that's going to be the 80 and the 60. And at 70%, you're going to get everything else. So that's going to be the 40, the 20, and the 0. So we're going to turn everything back on to 80, because 80 is the max yield you're going to get on loamy sand. In loamy sand, the target nitrogen is 120 kilograms per hectare. So at 80%, watch how much of this right here goes away. Boom. Top 6. 200, 180, 160, 140, 120, and 100 are all at 100, or 80%, I'm sorry. So on this one, you do get the 20% lower on the nitrogen. You get the benefit from that. So that's really interesting. On loam and loamy sand, you see that, but on sandy loam and silty clay, it's right at the nitrogen level is where your max yield is at. So really interesting. But at 75%, we're going to come down here and look at this area. This is where the lake is at, if you remember. So we've got a little strip above and a little strip below, and that's what we're going to pay attention to. So at 75%, boom, there we go. That's going to be your 80 and the 60. Now at 70%, we're going to have a couple swaths here, and we're getting the 40 and the 20. Now you may ask about up here. I see a little strip right there. Well, the interesting thing is this is the 200 nitrogen, and next to it is the 0. So if you follow this on down, this darker path right here is actually what we're looking at for the nitrogen. So if I come back over here and turn 80 back on, you can see that this little swath right here, and then it's going to be right in there is where it's at. So if I turn 80, and that's going to be there. So if we go to 70, you can see that all the others turn off, and then 65 is what's going to be consistent with the line on the 0 nitrogen. So 65% on that instead of 80. So a 15-point drop on that. But you've got such a wide range there. If you over fertilize, you don't have to worry about it at all. And under fertilizing, you're only losing 15% if you put absolutely nothing in the ground. So not too bad. Sugarcane is definitely going to be, it's just really interesting that on two of the crops you get that 20-point under the target, I guess assistance, right? That's the same as the target. And on two of them you don't. You have to be right at that to be able to get it. So really, really interesting on that. I'm not seeing a penalty for over fertilizing on this one, just a penalty for under fertilizing. So that's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video or learned something, go and give me a thumbs up if you would. If you want to be kept up to date on all my latest precision farming videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit the notification bell too. Have a great day, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver 53, signing off.